Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Galu. The hardest blood on my tongue. Thinking this is warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist but you smell me. One spark and I bet you I'ma blow up. They throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, come be brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the planks, you use Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can throw they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans, get defeated. High in my ride. You can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me. Cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket. My whole to the A. And I bet you can't stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. To get that honey sauce on me, I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. Here from the West Coast right now. Go ahead and get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, we are going to go to part 2 of the Birdman's video. I was going to do this as a video. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm tired. I need a vacation. I need a break. I need something. So and I had to go to work early. So I didn't have a chance to do it. So I was gonna do it then. I know I have Utterly Noah's video to do. I have Torian's video to do. So I might actually throw them in on the weekend. I ain't gonna hold you. I might actually throw them in on the weekend. Do the videos and you'll see them on Saturday and Sunday. But we'll see how everything goes. But I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm tired. I need a vacation. I need a break. I need a Kit Kat bar, something, because tired, just tired. But, we're here today to listen to my man, Birdman, who decided to do that in the middle of my stream. I wasn't appreciating that, Mr. Birdman. Nah, just boy, it's my guy. So I'm glad that he's doing his thing. He even says, and I only listened to the first 5 seconds of it and said, I wasn't even trying to do this. I wasn't even trying to do this. So I already know it had to be something for Birdman to sit back and be like, I got to do a part 2 on this one. So, yeah, we're going to get into it today. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is, are you
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. Let me see who is all in the house today. And let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Let's get this thing rolling. All right, hold on. Miss Roberta, the church auntie, good morning. Torian Rain Reloaded, good morning. Justice No, good morning. Puma Lee is up here, good morning. Michael Johnson, good morning. Marley Mars up here, good morning. Rashad Walker's up here, good morning. Alvin Rodriguez, good morning. And ain't nobody looking forward to that sham of a fight. Robin D is up here. Good morning. I need something. Princetta, good morning. All right. I don't even want to hold y'all. I don't want to hold y'all much longer. Of course, you already know. It's just, I don't know if you noticed, but I just had gray hair just come just right here. And I'm not going to lie. I think that's the coolest thing ever, just to have a patch of gray just go right there. Junior Network, what's up? But let me go ahead and shout out the crew while y'all coming to here. And when y'all coming here, make sure y'all get the thumbs up. It's the thumbs up. Run them up. Because you already know, if Birdman didn't want to do this, it's going to be good. So let's get the crew shouted out. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mac and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. And again, shout out to everybody who is part of the crew. And if you want to be a part of the crew, all you got to do is just hit the join button on the main channel. It helps out the channel a lot. For real. Y'all have no idea how much it really helps out the channel when you are a member. Me doing these live shows every morning, Monday through Friday, it helps. What up, J. Carter and Sheed is up here. What up? All right. Let's go ahead and transition over. Of course, you already know we got to take some time out to butter our biscuits, but we'll be right back with more of the Dre Mac Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever on the roadside, with only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know the truth about it. I love Oh, how I love this biscuit. Oh, how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit I know.
This treasury is not sold in stores. And when you call the toll-free number now, you also get another entire album of all-time gospel favorites.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right, Carisha Key, what's up? What's up? What's up? Have y'all noticed on that commercial, they're not clapping on beat? You can't be going to no black church singing, I'm going up or coming up on the rough side of the mountain, and you all beat. What is wrong with you? Better learn how to clap right. They'll be like, we are not going into the Lord's house until you learn how to clap on beat. Now, let's start it off with me. Hey, what's this? Just all off beat. That is not the beat. All right, let's go ahead and transition over. I'm playing. I'm not playing. Go to a black church and you can't clap. You getting clowned on. And you better not pick up the tambourine either. You pick up that tambourine, but last time you jingle something in the church. You better have the tithes and offering. You better jingle some change. You ain't jingling that tambourine. I know that. All right. Let's go. All right.
I wasn't going to make another video about this trailer or the dipshit loser grifters and parrots who are dying of thirst.
Man.
But I think after releasing my first video on this topic, it's important to show my audience and those that come here to pretend I'm making things up about this guy, the critical drinker in unscripted moments. These moments are important because he can't hide behind a scripted video, and we get to see him in real time giving his thoughts and opinions on a topic that he has also written a review for, and to see how they match up. And
I know Birdman is going to, oh my God, he's going to embarrass this dude. I'm for it.
As my previous video is important context for this one, I highly recommend, if you have not yet watched that video, to please do so, as I will be referring to it and you might be a little lost as a result. The link to that video will be in the description and pinned comment of this video. So, we're going to be responding to and examining a snippet of a live stream that Drinker uploaded to his second channel. If there is one thing I want people to pay attention to, it's the date that Drinker released this live stream, which was 12:45.
Oh, I was about to say, if you can't see it because of the overlay, it's literally 12:46 p.m., December 11th, 2025. Just so you guys could have the context.
December 11th, my time here in Los Angeles. Contrast this with the time he released his video criticizing the trailer, which was 9 a.m. a day later. So the live stream was first, the video was second. Keep that in mind as we watch this video.
All right.
Too lazy, but I can show you the trailer. I guess we should.
It's directed by Craig Gillespie.
Yes.
So Lance states clearly that this movie was directed by Craig Gillespie, and you hear Drinker acknowledge that fact. But in his own video, he never makes any mention of Craig, and strangely exclusively picks on the writer. Ignoring that Drinker is a flaming misogynist that always finds a way to pick on women in any situation, not acknowledging Craig Gillespie is a big red flag, because one of the main criticisms of this trailer Drinker made was about the music in said trailer. He complained that one of the reasons this trailer feels like it was made by Gunn was that Gunn uses 80s pop music for the Guardians franchise. Setting aside for the moment the fact that the Guardians franchise uses 60s and 70s pop music, Gillespie is very well known for using pop music of the 70s and 80s in his movies. This is I, Tonya, a film directed by Craig back in 2000.
I would hate, honestly, Birdman, I love you, brother. I would hate to be on your bad side, because this dude goes in the go-go gadget patty. Oh man. Oh, I already know. That's why I say Yuda. I know what it is.
17. The film is set in the 90s, and here is the film's soundtrack. almost exclusively 70s music. Craig also directed Cruella, a 2021 alternative retelling of the backstory of Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, I heard people really like Cruella. I don't know if you guys seen it, but you know, people say they really like that movie. So I don't know. Let me see. Did it say what the box office numbers were? Oh, it's generally positive reviews from critics and gross over 233 million worldwide on a budget of 100 million. So not bad. I know what it's not, a flop. That's what it's not. It's not a flop. Torian said, do you Dre, do you think you could do this extensive amount of research to make a video like this? It depends on who it is, how petty I want to get, and if I got time. So if I got time, then yeah.
That the film is set during the 70s punk rock movement, it should come as no surprise that it features tunes from that specific era. My point here is that Craig is no stranger to creating films with female protagonists and then using pop hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s for the soundtrack. And being that Drinker was aware of who directed this film before he uploaded his video,
was very aware.
This is proof of him being a disingenuous liar who either refuses to do any research or withholds that information from his audience in order to further his agenda.
There you go.
He has a review on Cruella, for fuck's sake.
Have you been hungover and the sun hurts your eyes? Because you have super vision. You can shoot eye beams. Of course she's hungover and wearing sunglasses.
I'm not entirely convinced on how like alcohol even affects Kryptonians. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but like, sure, let's go with it.
So you see here that I have not missed.
Hold up, wait a minute. Again, this should prove to everyone. This should prove to everyone. What up, Six of Truth? And Puma Lee, yeah, he's literally he's in his Batman level of petty. But this should prove to everyone that these dudes are grifters. Anybody who tries to associate themselves with this type of people are just as grifty as they are. The dude literally said, "What up, Agent Black 01?" This dude literally said, "I don't know how Supergirl gets drunk. I don't know." But the end of Superman says they get drunk. You know, our bodies have a high metabolism, so we found red suns so we could drink and get drunk on. Part 2, that was just a movie. Part 2, where's your comic books? Part 3, if you don't have the comic books, where's the research? Where is just Googling it and finding out? Can Kryptonians get drunk? How do they get drunk? Literally the easiest thing that you could do. The dude refused to because he knows he has a bunch of idiots that are rage bait morons and that will believe anything he posts. And that's why I said, you know, Tyrone Madness can come out and say, "I'm not a grifter. I'm not a grifter." Dude, people have been calling you out for your anti-woke rhetoric for years now. You just turned around and went from this happy-go-lucky guy doing reaction videos and having a good time to now this right-wing nut bucket that's talking about everything is woke. And what do? You react to Critical Drinker. You laugh and giggle at all the crap that he spills, all the bull crap that's going on, and you're talking about, "I'm not a grifter. That's fake news." Yes, you are. And any moron that will be willing to follow this crap is a grifter too, period.
Characterize Will in my previous video. He very clearly does not know that Kara is on a planet with a red sun in this film, and that this film is based on Woman of Tomorrow, which explains that she has come here specifically with the intention of losing her powers for a bit and getting drunk. Not knowing this information is fine. Not everyone is a comic book reader. However,
so they did say in the movie she goes to systems with red suns so she can actually get drunk.
Yeah.
As you just heard, Ryan tells Drinker that in Superman 25, they explain she goes to systems with red suns so that she's physically able to get drunk.
She likes to go and party on other planets with red suns. Oh. Because of our metabolism, you can't get drunk on a planet with a yellow sun.
Mind you,
I mean,
this is a film the Drinker has apparently seen and reviewed. And you won't believe Drinker's response to Ryan explicitly telling him this information.
She goes to systems with red sun so she can actually get drunk.
Yeah.
But it shows her actually drinking here. Like, it's not... Like, I would care, like, what's the point in drinking alcohol if it literally doesn't have any effect on you?
Oh, my God, this dude's... You gotta be kidding me. You can't be serious.
Did you guys catch that? He was literally told why it does have an effect on her, and his response was to double down, saying it shouldn't affect her. The guy is a brick wall. This is who you people follow. A man where relevant information cannot penetrate his thick skull because he has already made up his mind. His own friend just told him why he was wrong, and he just reiterated his point as if Ryan didn't even say anything.
Again, I ask you, are these people actually fans? When people start, and that's why I go so in depth when someone tries to bring up, anti-woke conversations, or they try to say, this is the MCU or whatever. These are the dudes who made that up. You see who that guy is talking to? That's who made that up. What up, Duran? A moron. Only a moron or only an idiot would make up something and then turn around and double down on it, knowing he's wrong. But he's going to double down on his point, because if he literally has a clear thought of clairvoyance to be able to be like, you know what, that's right, she do get drunk on red suns, because I read Superman number all that fan base you built, all that hate train fan base that you built is getting thrown out the water. This is why I said, when people talk about DEI, where does it affect you in Marvel? Because again, we look at who it really benefits. That's why I keep bringing it up, to debunk it, because it's bull crap. Black people ain't benefiting off of that. So every time we get used for DEI talking points where we're not the beneficiaries at it, got to debunk it. When they start talking about the MCU, when you go back and you actually look at the list of movies and television shows that Marvel and Disney has put out, there's still more white-led shows in movies than they are black-led shows or even women-led shows. There's still more male-led shows. These are the echo chambers that these people want to hear. They want to hear they self-talk. When I do my lines, I go in the corner of my house. You know why? Because I can hear myself, the reflection of my own voice. And that's all this dude is doing. And people are repeating the same crap that he's talking about. And it's absolutely ridiculous.
My jaw dropped while watching this.
She also traveled back to Earth, meaning she would have fucking undrunk.
Instantly healed.
Sobered up, yes.
And here is Mr. Objective Criticism himself, not knowing what he's talking about, saying she's traveled back to Earth and would have gotten sober. The only time we see Kara back on Earth is at the end of Superman 25, where she's very clearly sober. So clearly, the only thing Mahler could be referring to is this trailer. And in this trailer, she's not shown to be on Earth at all. Because as I explained in my previous video, this story is based on Woman of Tomorrow, a story that takes place exclusively off Earth. It's entirely possible that we see Kara on Earth at some point in the film. But in the trailer, the only time we definitively see her on Earth is in a newspaper photograph. The scene of her waking up in a bed is on a planet with a red sun. The reason I know this is because when you look at the record player and the bottles, they have an alien language on them. Why aliens would have a record player is a question the film will have to answer. But the fact remains that she's not on Earth here. This is very likely the spaceship she parked on that planet in the comic book. And this open panel looks like a hatch on a spaceship.
It's got a dog. I want to go see it now.
It's Crypto. Crypto's got to be in it.
You said this is on the
soundtrack already.
This is a deliberate show.
Hang on, did he just pee on Superman?
Look at it. It's so irreverent, guys.
This
so
ain't your
edgy.
grandma's piss.
To be honest, we've all seen that film. Can you blame them?
This is the first. This is the
Grandma's
first
peach tea.
look we get. And let's just keep in mind, it's not like that something happened on set and they got inspired and they're like, hey, wouldn't that be funny? This is a CGI dog completely and totally. It is all completely planned out. They had to animate the piss that goes on Superman's face.
Ryan's right.
Like,
well,
this is
look at the title. Superman saves town from nuclear reactor explosion.
yeah, this is a choice right here.
So you hear this group lament that crypto pees on a newspaper, which is something dogs do, but they're specifically trying to make the case that this is them shitting or literally pissing on Superman, the character.
Facts.
Ignoring for the moment that these people don't even like Superman, meaning that they should like this.
To be honest, we've all seen that film. Can you blame them?
So you should be championing the fact that the dog is peeing on Superman if you didn't like it. So I said these dudes are not fans. These dudes are this is what losers do. Losers figure out a way to scam people, and the way they can scam people is through fake outrage. That's it.
They somehow ignored that crypto is also pissing on Supergirl. She is literally on that very same newspaper with an article of her saving cats. So if the criticism is that they're trying to be edgy by denigrating Superman, then you have to also argue they're doing the same to Supergirl. But because it happened to a man, they can ignore when that very same thing happens to a woman literally at the same time. 6 people on this panel, and none of them pointed that out.
They don't
Sounds
want
to me like that was a choice, Ryan.
Yeah, they don't want to. Because again, if you point out the obvious, your fan base that you done riled up or whatever, now they start to question you. So it's trash.
Look at this fucking asshole wearing sunglasses indoors.
Or loser.
Catch me doing that.
Yeah, man. Who does that?
But yeah, straight away.
She's hungover record.
Drunk hungover party girl. Like, man, it's so crazy and different. This is an irreverent approach to superheroes. Strap in, boys.
You know what's again? Let me point this out. I don't know what Birdman's going to do because I didn't. I don't watch these. I watch these live with y'all when I do this. So let me ask you a question. Besides hitting that thumbs up like Carl was hitting that bottle, why is it okay for Wolverine to drink the whole movie damn near and Deadpool Wolverine, right? You meet that version of that version of Wolverine drunk. That's okay because Wolverine goes to bars and stuff like that. It's in the comics. He goes to Mattress Board. He's Patch. He could drink. He drinks booze. He smokes cigars, and he whoops ass. That's okay. But when they show a woman do it in the comics, right? This is a comic book adaptation. She does it. Now all of a sudden, party girl, I don't understand why they got to get the party girl wake up with some stupid glasses on in the daytime. Like he's not wearing the freaking glasses. It's probably, midnight where he's at. Mayor McNugget was calling her a hoe because she likes to kick it. Because she's, but everybody else could drink. You understand? Matter of fact, Gambit was pissed off because Wolverine was drinking his booze. So they could drink. Men can. This is what I'm talking about. This is straight far right wing ideology propaganda crap. Women, you better not drink. Matter of fact, you should be smiling, happy. You should be more like the Supergirl from 1984. You know what I mean? That's who you should be. I'll be damn you be your own person. I'm telling you, boy. Jeez, boy. And honestly, they wonder why the feminist movement that don't like men, the far extreme feminists. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Talking about the extremists, the ones that don't like men and all of that. This is why they do petty stuff like, writing She-Hulk the way that they did. Because you're on the far opposite spectrum of that. Trash, boy. I'm a Rodriguez, you a fool for that. You are a fool for that.
See this in IMAX.
So in this clip, Drinker makes fun of himself for being the drunk wearing glasses indoors, but still tries to harp on this being something unoriginal. Remember, Will is still trying to make this film out as being something Gunn created, when, as I said tirelessly in the previous video, these are elements from the comic book this film is based on. And seriously, how many drunk superheroes do we really have in movies?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wolverine,
Thank
and
you.
then
That's why that's my guy right there. That's why Birdman's my guy. Didn't watch it, just knew a damn movie where a guy got drunk through the whole damn movie damn near, and nobody gave a flying flub because it's Logan. He could get drunk. He's a manly man. Well, I like some Logan. He's a manly's man. I like that. Oh, he's drinking booze. I drink booze. Look at me. Oh, good. But that ain't the only thing I'm gutting. All this woke stuff. That's cool. That's cool. But damn, let somebody else do it. All of a sudden, here's all these moral high grounds. You know what I mean? Just like Spider-Man sold his soul to Mephisto to get Aunt May back. But when Ironheart does it in a TV series, all of a sudden, look at all this. She's a criminal. Then she sells her soul to the devil. This is the worst writing I ever seen in my life. Literally, you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Clip it.
Most nobody. I mean, Iron Man should have been a drunk, but the MCU was too pussy to show that element of the character. Thor in Endgame was depicted as a drunk, but almost exactly like Kara, his drinking was due to losing his planet, his literal entire family, and a genocide of his people. That's one thing I think people missed when they were shit-talking Fat Thor, but I'm digressing here. Sure, there are some characters in comic book movies that like to drink. Let's keep going.
Facts. 6 or so.
So why does this? Again, this could be any James Gunn movie ever. This could be Guardians of the Galaxy. This could be fucking Suicide Squad. It could be anything. It could be Peacemaker. It just all looks the same.
What is this man talking about? This could be Suicide Squad. Where in the Suicide Squad did they have a space bus at a bus stop? Are you talking about the color grading? Because this is what the Suicide Squad looked like. And if the art
and it was freaking gorgeous. It was now one thing I will say, the Suicide Squad was absolutely shot beautifully. I love the cinematography. I'm actually, now that I'm getting into making my own films, really, if you hear me hear a lot of times, I always praise the cinematography because I always feel like the shots, you know what I'm saying, go along with the actual story. It actually is a character on its own, because if you see something that has an aesthetic to it that looks beautiful, you in turn will like that more because it's almost like a beautiful painting come to life. You know what I mean? So you can say whatever you want about Suicide Squad, but it was absolutely gorgeous.
Argument is that spacefaring things look like other spacefaring things. I remind you that the spaceships in Guardians looked like this. And the color grading in those films is completely different to this scene. It would be helpful if any of you people saying this movie looks like The Suicide Squad or Guardians gave very specific criticisms instead of just saying nebulous shit like, I feel that this looks like other popular movies.
Facts. And then let's not forget, Tony Stark did get drunk. He had a fight with Rhodey in Iron Man 2. And that's how you know, unfortunately, whatchamacallit couldn't come back and reprise his role. Oh God, I'm looking at his face right now. God, I'm having a blank. It's time for me to go to sleep. But you know, next time, baby, you know, Don Cheadle took over the role, and you know, that's the reason why he got the Mark II suit. You know what I mean? So, but people, that's okay though. Matter of fact, it's okay to sleep with multiple women in there, all of that. You know what I mean? Terrence Howard, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. I was about to call him Iron Main. Dairy Main. Let's keep going.
These are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings.
Is this supposed to be a futuristic bus stop that she's waiting for, like the bus to come?
Sure. I mean, how about
let's go with that? Sure.
All right, let's go with that.
So nobody wanted to read or research the comments. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on the panel. War man. Hey, he was, Terrence Howard's in a Jackson American Dream, and he was one shot away for being Jermaine. Too bad he was Jackie, because he sure should have been Jermaine. But anyway, you got 6 brains on there, and nobody decided to use not one. 6 people in there, 6 brains up there, and no one decided to use anything between their shoulders on this show to make sure, is it really an adaptation of said comic?
Yes, guys, it's a space bus that she needs because Krim stole her spaceship. She's on a planet with a red sun, so she can't fly. And these are all elements from the comic book this movie is based on. Maybe get a clue so you won't all look like morons.
Facts.
Yeah, it's a jelly bean.
She's a good actress, this one. We liked her in House of the Dragon. I feel like this is not going to do her career many favors, though.
Oh, yeah. No, she was good in House of the Dragon.
Well,
really good. Really good.
I think it's very interesting you bring up House of the Dragon, Will. You know, the show that you shit on based solely on its trailer, only for you to change the title of your video when you realized people actually liked the show.
That's funny. That's funny. You put Drinkers Chasers. Why nobody cares about House of the Dragon. That's why I said this dude Batman's the hell out of these people. He Batman's the hell out of these people because he made sure to clip that, then turn around and change. That is funny. That is so funny.
But here you are, doing that very same thing again with a media property that features the very same actress, no less.
Yep.
It's like you refuse to learn any lessons, dude.
We'll have to see if the direction is going to be the problem here rather than her acting, eh?
And here you see Mahler planting the seeds early.
Yep.
This is a teaser trailer, and somehow he already knows there is going to be a problem and that they're going to have to see if it's the direction of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what these people do now? They start with their conclusion and work backwards, trying to find things that support that conclusion instead of allowing a film the opportunity to win them over.
Fact.
There has to be a problem. We just have to go out and dig for it.
Exactly.
I'm so fucking tired of music, and this sounds such a strange thing to say, right? It's almost like James Gunn movies make me hate music. Because
you know what
it's
it
so
is?
shameless how much he abuses.
Do you know this is literally the level I cannot? Well, I'm just saying, and I don't like a lot of stuff, y'all. There's some things I just do not like, but I could not make a living off of this. Just pointing out how much you just don't like something for the sake of saying I don't like it. I don't like 80s music because James Gunn makes me stop hating 80s music. It's like, what? Why are you watching this then? Why are you wasting? Never mind. Grifter's got a grift. Ain't that right, Andre Ware?
Is it
relies on it?
Yeah, it's like this fucking crutch to just get him through everything. It's so tedious.
No one on the panel seems to recognize that they are watching a teaser trailer for a film. Quick, name the movies that don't feature music in their trailers.
Exactly.
Because that would be a much shorter list. And Drinker is once again blaming James Gunn, even though he acknowledged this film isn't made by James Gunn earlier in the video.
Fact.
Do you see the brick wall I'm referring to now? How even in the face of evidence, Will is refusing to acknowledge fact? This is what grifters do.
Fact.
Blindly state positions even though they know they are wrong. He knows this isn't a James Gunn film, yet he continues to say it is.
Because they're trying to push an agenda. And KO23, you're absolutely correct. These are not critics. They are grifters. They're grifters. That's it. Let's just say for the sake of argument, they redo Pretty Woman. What song, and you guys can put it in the chat if you want to, what song do you think they're going to play for a Pretty Woman remake? I don't know, Pretty Woman. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's stupid. But again, let's take the same philosophy that they're pushing. They're going to put WAP, not WAP. Judas, duh. Hey, you is silly for that one. But let's use this. Let's back up a little bit. Do you see how they push your ideology even though that they know the truth? Even though they know the truth, they're still going to push ideology. This is what America has been doing to black people since we got here. Even though they know the truth about us, they continue to push propaganda against us. Now, I'm not trying to play a victim card or say, we're just victims, and so but when you continue to do something to people, you do become the victim. If I punch somebody, that person is now a victim. No matter how hard I punched them, I put my hands in I violated their space. In violation of their space, they are now a victim. We have literally had our space violated for no apparent reason whatsoever, just to be violated. You know what I mean? So therefore, that's a victim. And what you're looking at is propaganda 101 against something. They're just showing you in this, because they got to spread their ideology. So they're showing you, yes, we know the truth, but we're still going to spread bullshit rhetoric to make people believe this is what it is. And you say it so much, then that's when it becomes true, right? Because have you noticed he continues to say something that, even though he knows the truth, he keeps saying it over and over again. He keeps pointing it out over and over again. James Gunn is not the the director of this film. He keeps saying, but this is a James Gunn film. This is a James Gunn film. This is a James Gunn film. Now, if you're not paying attention and all you're doing is listening to this, you're going to start repeating, well, this is a James Gunn film. That's why it looks like this. The reason why all the jokes, if all he's doing is planting the seed in your mind to make you believe when you go and see this, you should not like it because it's a James Gunn film. And if that seed is already there, you're going to be finding ways to try to downplay this movie, say it's not good, say you're going to already have a misconception on it because of what somebody told you. How many times have we heard that they had a misconception about black people or any type of people based on what someone said over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? This is a racist, bigoted tactic that comes out of white supremacy 101. And unfortunately, in this, they're going against their own contemporaries, and you can't make this stuff up.
This is once again the illusory truth effect, something I taught you guys in the second video in this series. Repeatedly say lies, people start to believe them. Media grifting 101.
He relies very heavily on diegetic music, but it can be done really well, right? And the way, like, for example, Amadeus does it brilliantly. That's a perfect example of how to integrate it into the story.
Rebel Moon Part 2 did it superbly, this book.
Well,
but like, for example, she goes into this club and she's dancing under the disco light. Now, immediately, the problem here is, okay, that's too trite. For a start, it's 80s nostalgia, and we're done with that. You've got to move on to like 90s nostalgia now. And I know we're all kind of sick of nostalgia, but at the same time, if you're going to do something wrong, do it right.
Wait a minute. We're all done with the 80s. Now are they listening to LeBron? Are they listening to LeBron now?
What should be going on here is she goes into the club, or it's kind of like a throwback to an early 90s dive bar with like a Nirvana stand and playing on stage. It would be a little bit more fresh Right?
I didn't like I guarantee you they didn't like the fact that they played "Come As You Are" by Nirvana in Captain Marvel, which is one of my favorite Nirvana songs of all time. But y'all had something to say about Captain Marvel. Man, you cannot make this stuff up.
It's still sort of nostalgia and music and all, but at least it's a bit more fresh, and there's a different ambience, a different vibe. But this is just Star-Lord dancing at the start of Guardians.
Well,
I love that Despot brought up this music being diegetic. This is exactly the opposite of what I stated in my previous video, that this music is not the music that will be in the film and is simply music meant for the trailer. Of course, I could be wrong, but it's likely the case that she will be dancing to completely different music in this scene, being that this is an alien planet that will very likely not have 80s American pop music. And
I even said this. I said, wouldn't it be funny if they used the Star Wars Cantina music, but she was just rocking out on it like X-Men Evolution? Like, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. They did Nirvana. They did which was very powerful. It was a remake of Smells Like Teen Spirit for Black Widow, when they were showing all the girls getting getting kidnapped, you know, for the Black Widow program. Beautiful. Oh my God. Beautiful use of music with that look. Man, don't let me get started. You know, I mean, she could have, but we don't know because this is a teaser trailer. We don't know what's going on.
If this scene is even in this movie. As we know, film editors tend to cut scenes that are featured in teaser trailers specifically. But further, he likens this to Star-Lord dancing in Guardians, which is him attempting to play to the "this feels like Guardians" crowd.
Yep.
This is really dumb for a variety of reasons, mainly because Star-Lord was listening to music on some headphones while on Morag to steal the power gem, and that scene served as an introduction to his character.
Yep.
Kara is dancing in a bar while drinking, and the trailer uses her waking up from a hangover as her character introduction. This isn't even a surface level observation, as the scenes don't look alike, aren't staged the same, and have entirely different narrative purposes. But you saw two characters dancing and listening to music, and somehow they're the same.
It's just it's boring. It's so fucking trite. If you're gonna do this trope, at least do.
You know what's boring? And the tripe that you guys are using, there's 6 people up there. Nobody's using their brain, and you're all regurgitating the same talking points. That'll be boring to watch on a live stream.
A bit more fresh than this.
Yeah, she should be going into a 90s right.
Yeah, exactly.
At least Guardians, the first one especially, had a valid reason for like the musical choices in it, right? Star-Lord was taken away from Earth in the 80s, and so like that music that he had access to is like all he had. Like that's his frame of reference.
Do you know how bored you got to be to argue music in a movie for a teaser trailer that we don't know what's going on? Whoa, what's up? You just got to finish exercising. Let me hit the weights with you. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and knock out a few hands. A hand with you.
So that's the stuff he listens to. Okay, fine. It's just indulging James Gunn's fucking passion for 80s pop music and stuff. Whatever. But like, there's a reason in universe. What's her reason?
Star-Lord wasn't listening to 80s music. The music in the scene we are introduced to Peter is "Come and Get Your Love," a song from 1973. In fact, not a single song on that soundtrack is from the 80s.
It's really not.
This guy does literally no due diligence and speaks as if he's an authority. It's amazing.
And all of those songs that was on it, remember, that was his mother's stuff. Oh, God.
We don't know for sure if Kara only listens to 80s music. All we have is a teaser trailer and out-of-context scenes, so it makes no sense to be as upset as Drinker is here. But to answer his question, Superman is in his 30s, and he left Krypton as a baby.
All right. So let me just read. If you guys can't see this, I'm gonna just read it real quick. Superman presumably takes place in 2025, as confirmed by James Gunn. The timeline flows in chronological order. DCU Chapter 1 kicked off last year with the TV show Creature Commandos, making the animated series the first event in the DCU timeline. The next project is Superman, which will be followed by Peacemaker Season 2, 2025, Supergirl 2026, and so on. So when exactly does Superman take place? Although the information set the scene, it still doesn't give us exact dates. So we're going to have to do some quick DCU calculations. Creature Commandos is set 2 years after the events of the Suicide Squad 2021, and the first season of Peacemaker 2022, which places the show somewhere between late 2023 and early 2024. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Gunn said that Peacemaker Season 2 would pick up a couple of years after Season 1, putting it somewhere between 2024 and 2025.
Assuming Clark is exactly 30 years old, this means he'd have been born in 1995 or so. Kara was at least a teenager when he was born, so depending on when Superman takes place, Kara was either born in the late 70s or early 80s, making her a prime candidate for liking Earth music of that era, per Drinker's own criteria. We don't yet know how long she's been on Earth or what she was doing prior to making contact with Clark. So maybe we all should just wait for the movie to release before making definitive statements like these.
Exactly.
I mean, Star-Lord's preference for the type of music he listens to was something we learned after that movie came out. So why are we doing this 6 months before this movie's release?
Because they gotta
she couldn't even have existed in the 80s. Like, she's got no connection to that. But like, this is a Blondie song, isn't it, from like 1981 or 2? Like, it's really early 80s.
Very early 80s, 1980.
So if I listen to the Temptations, or I listen to Tammy Tyrell, or if I listen to anything from the 60s and 70s, because I have no connection because I wasn't born yet, doesn't mean I can't like the music. What type of logic is that? Like, if you listen to the logic, if you're an analytical type of person, this is probably why Birdman does this. I'm an analytical type of person. It really just burns my head to listen to this crap because I'm looking at it in an analytical standpoint. To even suggest that a person, because they're not born in that era, can't like music from a different area is absolutely out of touch, ridiculous, and some of the dumbest crap I've ever heard in my life. Literally, just dumb.
Might even be this track, 81. I think.
And it's like, well, this was chosen for the trailer for a very obvious choice. It's obviously like somehow relevant to the character.
There are so many ridiculous implications here, I'm having a hard time picking where to start. First of all, the idea that someone younger can't appreciate older music is so ludicrous.
Yeah.
I don't even want to spend too much time on it. Michael Jackson has been dead for nearly 17 years, and his music is still amongst the most streamed music on streaming platforms. Also, as I explained, Kara was likely born in 1979 if she was 16 at the time of Clark's birth. So saying she wasn't around in 1981 means the critical drinker knows nothing about Supergirl
and again, what irritates me is that they keep repeating this stuff, and just think of ideology and the way that it gets pushed. Just think of it. They're legitimately finding each and every nook and cranny of idiotic, just whatever, just to try to make a point that, yeah, this is the reason why this movie is going to suck. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
Assuming that she's younger than Superman in the absolute sense, when she's only physically younger due to time dilation. While physically younger, she is Clark's older cousin, similar to how Murph is older than Coop at the end of Interstellar. And finally, who cares if a song in a teaser trailer is relevant to the character in the story? The music is there to fill out the soundscape and hype up the audience. I'm not aware of any film class or course that explicitly states a song in a trailer has to be relevant to the characters in that film. This is just some bullshit criteria that you made up. Once again, we should wait to not only see if this music is in the film, but see if the film explains her like of it if it is.
Also, I'm curious how this film's going to dodge the landmines of she's simultaneously got to be very familiar with Krypton and its destruction, which apparently takes over time, is what she just kind of said there, but simultaneously needs to know nothing about Clark's parents.
Knowledge of the comic this film is heavily adapting would save you people from making these statements. It's implied.
It is crazy. They don't want to, though. They don't want to. Because, again, you can't build fake outrage if you're coming out with truths. You can't have no source material if you getting people riled up for some bull crap. You can't. You can't rile up something, you can't rile people up if you're coming with logical thoughts and explanations. How dare you?
In the comic that Zor-El isn't very close to Jor-El and that he brushed his brother off while discussing plans of building a rocket to send Jor-El's son to Earth. In other adaptations, Zor-El's relationship to Jor-El is competitive, strained, or openly hostile, so it's not far off from what we are shown in Woman of Tomorrow. Given this information, it's highly likely that Kara wasn't very close to Jor-El in this continuity either and knows nothing of his plans to dominate the Earth. Jor-El's plan was to recreate Krypton on another planet, and Zor-El's plan was to create a bubble over Argo City, so it makes sense if Kara didn't know what her uncle had planned for the Earth.
Yes.
Otherwise, they'll damage Superman.
Or somehow had never seen that video.
Just absolute fucking nonsense. I know that they like a lot of big fans of Superman are like, no, this film will slip right in. It's like, yeah, we'll see how they manage to pull that off.
Wait, Mahler. Why would the idea that Kara hasn't seen that video be absolutely fucking nonsense? That message was sent with Clark, who left entirely separately from Kara, who was...
It's almost like they never watched a Superman film before. For these guys to be so much fans of the Snyderverse, didn't they show Clark coming on a ship by himself? Am I missing something? It's like these guys have never watched a Superman film. Hell, as bad as Supergirl is, and I'm talking about the 1984 Supergirl, I still watched it. And at least they got that part right, that she was separate from Clark.
In a bubble on what was left of Krypton for at least a year. That message was then damaged when Kal-El arrived to Earth, meaning she wouldn't have ever seen the full version. Only the damaged version Kal saw. What are you people talking about?
I mean, I'm not an expert in the canon, but when does Supergirl arrive in the kind of Superman?
Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people was on screen. Nobody decided, in the words of Mika G, to the Googles.
Timeline.
Well, she's supposed to be after. That's why he's up, because she's older than him in canon. But then she's stuck in like the stasis lock, so he ages.
Somebody got
like she doesn't come out of. She doesn't come out until like he's basically like 25 or 30 years old. He's been living as Superman for a while before she gets here in like this teenage form.
Exactly.
One thing I do want to ask here to the panel: has anyone read the Supergirl comic books?
No.
Unbelievable. They admit they've never even read this stuff, and somehow are asking questions like they definitively know things about this character and that this movie is betraying those things about that character. You can't make this shit up.
I mean, these guys are going for the Grifting Championship. How can you argue something that you never saw, that you've never read and don't care to read? Again, when I was having beef with who, I was saying, why are you talking crazy about something that A, you have never watched, you're not going to watch, you're not invested in the comic. How do you have an opinion? That's just like me going to Darius and going to Chill talking crazy about Star Wars when I know damn well I'm a casual fan. I don't know I'm not so embedded in the lore that I could just start spilling out. Or I watch all the Clone Wars. I'll watch all of this and watch all the media. I get the comic books. I have no right to put authority down as a gatekeeper if this is not something that I watch. I have no authority. I don't watch it. So how the hell I'm gonna tell you about something if this is not even the medium that I like? But yet these people will try to tell you like their word is law, and they don't even read this stuff. They're not fans. All there are is rage baiting consultants, and you're coming to pay your fee to get riled up.
I mean, didn't the critical drinker specifically ask why she would drink if it couldn't affect her?
Like, I would hear, like, what's the point in drinking alcohol if it literally doesn't have any effect on you?
Why she would wear a jacket when she's apparently immune to temperature?
Actually, why the fuck does she even bother wearing a trench coat when she's basically immune to temperature? Oh, right, that's why.
Why she would take a bus if she could fly?
Because clearly when you have the ability to fly and travel through space, a bus is the natural choice for getting around.
He presented those questions as if he was an expert on the character and that the movie was straying from the traits of the character in the source material. I'll never not be shocked at the brazen nature of these people who literally don't know what they're talking about.
Has anyone read the Supergirl comic books?
That's Supergirl. That's Supergirl comic books. I mean, I can admit I have not read Woman of Tomorrow. I can admit that. I'm just tired. I am tired. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. And I need to read it. But you know what I could do? Just go on a website, go look for that book, and read it in my spare time. Which I'm probably going to do if we're not, depends on how work goes tonight. But, if I got some time tonight, I would do it. Comics Explained did issue 1. You know what I mean? But still, you could go find, nothing is hard to find anymore. You just choose to be ignorant so you can make other people just as dumb as you are.
Because my understanding is that Supergirl has never had a good adaptation. All the movies, the movies are generally thought of as so bad that they're actually kind of good. They're kind of like trash movies that people enjoy watching because they're so fucking terrible. So the bar here is extremely low. This is very likely to be the best Supergirl movie ever made, even if it is just fine.
Here they are.
It's only been one movie. And she had a TV show. What are they talking about, man? Sometimes I feel like I'm in an alternate universe. Sometimes I legitimately feel I'm in an alternate universe. I do. Because you can't be this serious. You can't be this serious. And yet here again,
planting seeds again. This is a form of bet hedging, where if the movie is beloved by fans, they get to say they were right while still shitting on the property. This is why Drinker's Superman video is titled the way that it is, when the public's response was this. Over-under on the critical drinker using nearly this exact line in his review in 6 months, that the movie is at least better than every other Supergirl adaptation. I'm taking the over.
My question is, do you have much to work with as a creator? Like, is there much there in the source material?
So they're adapting one of the Tom King runs, which is not exactly highly regarded by fans.
And Ryan,
before he goes, before Birdman goes, when people say stuff like that it wasn't highly regarded when the comic came out, I would gladly like to pull up Exhibit A. Was Tom King's Supergirl highly regarded? And let's see what it says. This was 4 years ago. How Supergirl Woman Tomorrow. I hear mostly negative opinions. Let me see. That was a Reddit post. Let me see. I want to actually. Let me see. I want to see an actual review of this. Let's see. Let me see. Comicbookroundup.com. Gave this a 7.8 out of 10. Tom Kings. This is Flagship Eclipse. Where's IGN? Comicbook.com. Sorry, Tom King fans. DC's new Supergirl series is her best modern comic. It doesn't really give a definitive. Even the AI. Let me see what even the AI is not even pulling up on this. So I can't confirm or deny if, a group of people like this. Normally, certain websites will pull up like a review, like IGN will put a review up, or comicbook.com, but it doesn't give a definitive as far as like what people actually liked on there. I'm just being honest. So I'm gonna leave that to that, and let me see what the Birdman says. Maybe he done pull some information. I don't know.
Ryan was doing so well in this video, but he couldn't stop himself from lying at least once.
Not Caliban.
Woman of Tomorrow is considered the best Supergirl story.
Oh, wow.
Period. These are the Amazon reviews.
Oh, there you go.
It was nominated for an Eisner Award.
Oh, wow.
And I don't need to explain what the Eisner Award are to these comic book fans, am I right?
What's up,
What's up,
Tank?
knows where Ryan pulled this statement from, but it's definitely a little stinky.
Because Tom King's one of the guys guiding this whole DC thing, apparently, anyway, in the writing room. But to go back to the TV show Supergirl, I don't know how well regarded that is. In fact, I feel like we get a lot of memes made up of that Supergirl show.
Right.
I remember the first season when it was on CBS. It was obviously like definitely feminist messaging and stuff like that. But once it got to CW and got to go on the run and they were doing everything they wanted with that universe, every other fucking episode was illegal immigrants, black people, trans people, whatever the fuck. It got so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did y'all okay? Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna play that back for you. Just listen to his disdain. Listen to his disdain for who they're talking about in this. Just listen. Play it back for you.
This statement from, but it's definitely a little
What's
stinky.
up, Ines?
Because Tom King's one of the guys guiding this whole DC thing, apparently, anyway, in the writing room. But to go back to the TV show Supergirl, I don't know how well regarded that is. In fact, I feel like we get a lot of memes made up of that Supergirl show.
Right.
I remember the first season when it was on CBS. It was obviously like definitely feminist messaging and stuff like that. But once it got to CW and got to go on the run and they were doing everything they wanted with that universe, every other fucking episode was illegal immigrants, black people, trans people, whatever the fuck. It got so annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying that illegal aliens, which Supergirl is, black people, that's annoying. Trans people, that's annoying. Whatever the F, it just got so annoying. We'll let y'all sit on that for just a moment. I'm telling you, we catch strays. We don't say, listen. Real talk. I'm very pro-black. That doesn't mean I'm anti-white. And what I refuse to do is come up here and throw shots at white people that ain't done nothing to me. I just don't. What's the use? I don't. But we catch strays for no apparent reason. It just hurts you so bad to see black people in a show. It hurts you so bad to see trans people in a show. It literally boils your biscuits just to see somebody that's not white in your show. And they're just laughing and giggling and having a good time. But yet, he won't come up and say that to no black people. I think Torian got a video right now where the guy with a mustache got the crap smacked out of him for being racist. The guy with the big mustache. Like, we ain't doing nothing to this dude yet. And then, like I said, this is who Eric July was associating himself with. And he looks like one of the flying monkeys from The Wiz. This is who Tyrone Magnus, we'll call him by his stage name or whatever. He was laughing and giggling, watching Critical Drinkers video, watching Neurotic. They all run in the same circle and they don't like you. That's why they out here tasting the biscuits. These are the people Stevie Knight would defend. These are the people that RG3 has no problem being all up their butt to try to get approval. But yet, let them come around some real bros and have that same type of attitude, that same type of energy, and it ain't no keyboard, ain't no cameras around, none of that. These are the same people that be in I'm trying to tell you, they be in a face, and he'll go right to work with his black co-worker act like he didn't just say that. Yeah, I seen the Q. That's why you gotta listen to dialogue. And that's why I brought up, if you think this propaganda that they're using against Supergirl is bad, just think about what people say about black people that is not true. And they say it over and over and over and over and over and over again. To the fact where you're so blinded because you listen to nothing but this crap and this propaganda, you're looking at black people crazy. You're looking at all these people crazy. Don't know them from Adam. You look at Miss Crazy. Next thing you know, you're saying something crazy. Next thing you know, you like, how'd I get in the hospital? Now you playing victim. Can't make this stuff up, man. You gotta watch. Gotta listen to people and listen to their rhetoric.
And this is probably why you don't have Ryan Kinnell on your podcast, as he says what you guys want to keep quiet out loud. It was annoying because the story showcased black people, illegal immigrants, and trans people. Now, when I call these people bigots, somehow their fans say I'm pulling these things from my ass. So I would like to thank Ryan for helping a brother out by being the dumbest person on the panel and just saying what people like Drinker want to say, but has too much to lose by being so explicit.
Facts.
Well, yeah, why does she need to take a spaceship to get places when she can just literally fly wherever she wants to go?
So, all right. So if she is in a place that has a red sun, she probably will not have her power set, right? Yeah. So that's why her Kryptonian physiology, which would not prevent her from getting drunk in one place, might allow her to get drunk in a different place because that yellow sun isn't activating her cells.
That's tremendous.
And then let's just be honest. If she was on a place with a yellow sun, they had her beating up everybody on here, y'all will call it a feminist, right wing, whatever. It'd be some type of crap. It'd be some type of right-wing ideology crap, calling her a girl boss or whatever, if she was on there beating up dudes. And y'all be like, this little, if you look at it, this little 5-foot tall girl over here beating up grown men just don't look right to me. This is hurting my brain cells.
This is helpful from a writing point of view, isn't it? Because then you could just have her be a normal person.
Once again, Ryan being unintentionally extremely helpful by ruining the grifting efforts of the critical drinker.
Right.
Remember at the very beginning of this video, I told you all to pay attention to the dates of these uploads. This stream was done an entire day before Drinker uploaded his review of this trailer, and Ryan just told him that she's in a system with a red sun, explaining why she would need to use a bus. But a day later, Drinker said this in his video anyway.
Because clearly when you have the ability to fly and travel through space, a bus is the natural choice for getting around.
There are only two explanations for this. One, Will wrote his video before he live streamed with these people, but released it after and chose not to revise his script after being given this information by Ryan, thereby proving not only is he lazy, but will withhold information from his audience in an attempt at making a movie look bad. Or two, he wrote this video after this live stream, ignored what Ryan said, and still went with his first instinct about this scene, thereby proving he is immune to facts, especially when it comes to female-led properties.
Facts.
How can any of you follow this man after being shown this?
Exactly. That seems like something they've actually probably put way more thought into than how she's going to fit in with Superman at all. That's what my assumption will be with this.
Yeah,
it's like it'll be its own movie and it's gonna clash hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, because ultimately what they want is she's just going to be another Star-Lord. She's going to be another Star-Lord who has to gang up with a bunch of groovy, fucking quirky, unusual misfits and learn to work with them. Because
how do you get that from a teaser trailer? You just literally making stuff up as you go.
See some of this.
No, we don't see her teaming up with a band of misfits, Will.
No.
You're watching this trailer with 5 other people and are somehow still making shit up right in front of them. This is unbelievable.
And it's like, if she was just Superman, she'd be way too OP for whatever writing you wanted to do with her.
Gamora has to kind of convince the team and Star-Lord to, care about saving the world, right? It's like, that's going to be probably the arc in this film. She doesn't really care. I don't care. It's like, but you do. You do.
Yeah. She's going to learn to become a real hero by the end.
You know what this is? You know how disingenuous this is. This is disingenuous because if you go to the beginning of the trailer, when Crypto is peeing on the paper, see Superman stops nuclear reactor. Guess what she did? Saved a bunch of cats. So that would make her a what? Hero. Even if you go back to the end, the beginning of Peacemaker season 2, when they retconned the DCEU into the DCU, guess who's there along with Batman and Aquaman and the Flash? Kara. She's on the corner. Wonder Woman, Kara's there. This dude is annoying.
It's her cynicism a little bit.
And this is why Despot asked if any of you have read her comics, because both of you are so far off, you might be on a planet with a red sun. None of what the fuck these people are talking about is presented in this trailer. In fact, in the scene where they ignored Crypto peeing on a photo of Supergirl, that newspaper literally says Supergirl saved some cats, showing that this version of the character is a person that already cares.
You know what? I don't have to say it. Birdman says it for me. Robert D just gifted 10 memberships to the Dre Mag Show, man. Make sure that you got your membership because Robert D is out here making it rain with memberships. Thank you so very much, Robert D. I really appreciate it. This is making my head hurt. But you know what doesn't make my head hurt?
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
You wanna be my enemy.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I guess it does give them the authority to kill a minority.
Along with almost all of the footage in this trailer being ripped right out of the comic, this is how we know this movie is being true to the source material. Because Kara is not someone that has to be convinced to save Earth in Woman of Tomorrow. She is already good. Her mom's last words to her were, "Be good." This is why they show her saving cats in the newspapers. Because she's good. What we see in this trailer is almost all from the beginning of the comic, except the scene where she's fighting on the pirate ship, which is at the end of Woman of Tomorrow. Being that this footage is from the beginning of the film, the comic shows us that once the trench coat comes off, she becomes a serious and traditional hero, helping the character of Ruthie accomplish her goal. You were all told this movie would be an adaptation of Woman of Tomorrow, so you have no excuse for these wild-ass takes and baseless speculation, especially being media critics that thousands of people listen to. You people are irresponsible as fuck.
I'm glad I was able to do review this video with you guys, because man, oh man, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have stopped the video and would have tried to legitimately throw myself out of the window in my basement, which is about all of 2 feet. But I was gonna get in there and try to throw myself into it, because God, you cannot be in it. I don't understand. I really don't understand how people listen to this. But I'm gonna take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back. Oh Lord, I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mac Show.
We'll be right back.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the butter spread. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the butter spread. Get your butter spread all on me. I don't like the way it mixes with my mac and cheese.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. And again, what is so disheartening about listening to this, or listening to these guys talk, is that you hear the racism, the sexism, you know what I'm saying, the bigotry in their voice. Am I in rare form today, NS? But I just look at it like this. If they're doing this, you know, who else is just propagating? That's why I was in the John Campea talking about, you know, his worst case scenario was for Warner Brothers to go to Netflix. I'm like, are you not understanding what's going on in the world right now? The worst case scenario is, you know, Paramount buying Warner Brothers so they could take CNN and put out, this is a crap. So I don't listen to the news anymore. I don't listen to CNN. I don't listen to MSNBC. I don't listen to Fox. I don't listen to any. You're not going to tell me what you want me to hear. I'm supposed to just believe it, because they push the same propaganda. Whether it's far right or far left, it's a lot of propaganda. And what I mean by far, I'm talking about where stuff doesn't make logical sense. I give me the news, give me what it is, not what you want to push, what it is. A lot of times it's hard to find that. You know what I mean? It's hard to find that. And you're right, Rick and Havoc. You know what I mean? But if they can do this, and they're clearly, I mean, literally, YouTube has done nothing about these dudes when they spread their hatred. You ain't got to call me a nigga to be hateful. Just the disdain for black people, you know what I'm saying? Because I got thrown in there. I'm black, so I got thrown in there. I'm not trans. I'm not an illegal alien, but I sure am black, and you lumped us in there like we just ain't shit. And I got a problem with that. And I have a problem with YouTube being the platform, being one of the largest and most watched platform on the planet. Does not look at this and say, we got to change our plans. Now, I do believe in free speech. I also believe freedom of consequences. So I don't, but you know, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. But again, if they're pushing this, then what else is being pushed out there? Really think about when, and I love the fact that Birdman is using the term media grift, because that's what it basically is, because we're in an age of media, and the media that we're using is art. We don't have to go to to the television to watch. I can create my own thing, and you can watch me, and people will follow in and watch me just like you guys, and I appreciate you guys for watching me. Well, these guys have millions of followers, millions of views, millions of subscribers, pushing the same ideology. And if they listen to that and they're continue to subscribe, we got a larger fight on our hands than you think. That's all I'm saying. We have a larger fight on our hands than you think.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up, man. What did you guys think about the Birdman's super lame video? This is part 2 of the MI YouTube Grifter, part 22, part 2. Yeah, I should have put chapter 2, but yeah, part 2. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Be on the lookout. If I do a video this weekend, be on the lookout for Torian's video and Artily Noah's video. I think there's another one I kind of wanted to do too. Reaction videos. But again, put it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Put it all in there. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. We're almost close to Christmas. Where is my outro at? Man, I got to get up out of here because you already know I got to go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.